Well, today it's another car show with more photos. Hello, Gary Neidert here, host of My First Ride podcast. This podcast is about nostalgia, automotive nostalgia, reliving the events, the sights, smells, and emotions of special memories connected to our favorite rides. Said another way, it's about allowing our memories to travel back in time and experience our special car moments all over again. Once again, I have an episode that's a little different from earlier episodes. Since July of 2017, I've been able to attend several car shows around where I live. When I go, I usually take photos of many of the vehicles displayed for my own enjoyment. Now today, what you'll see are some pictures I took of the vehicles that were on display at a show in Sachse, Texas, and it was held in the parking lot close to Kroger on Highway 78 in Sachse, Texas. It's a short video, but you'll see some great vehicles. Now, if you're listening to the audio version, the podcast, be sure to look in the show notes for the link that will take you to the YouTube video, and you'll be able to see the slideshow presentation. I hope you enjoyed the slideshow of some great vehicles at the show in Sachse, Texas. And since 2017, I've had an absolute blast going to shows in Wiley, Garland, Rowlett, Sachse, Murphy, and more, all of them in Texas. As I mentioned before, each show I attend, I usually take photos of some of the great rides that are displayed. So be on the lookout for more videos showing some of those great vehicles in the shows that I found interesting. Now, I'm looking for people that would enjoy telling the stories of their first rides and how their lives were influenced by them. And I bet you probably know someone that would be a great guest for My First Ride podcast, right? Well, let me know a little bit about them and their story. Well, what about telling your story on the podcast? Let me know a little bit about you and your first ride. Check us out and subscribe to the podcast on Apple Podcast, Spotify, Google Podcast, and more. You can also go to My First Ride Podcast on YouTube. And when you do, be sure to like, share, and subscribe. And of course, you can also go to the website at myfirstridepodcast.com. Now, one final thought. You may not have your first ride, but you still have the memories. It's time to share them. Contact me if you have questions regarding today's podcast or you would like to be a guest on My First Ride Podcast. Send an email to myfirstridepodcast@gmail.com. I'm Gary Neidert, and you've just experienced My First Ride Podcast. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching.